Now next is locating octahedral bonds. Now in this center, I'm talking about FCC. This is FCC unit cell. I have made a big unit cell. Now, the sender, that is between this Cl minus, there is a small Na. That means the sender is an octahedral bond. Sender is an octahedral bond. Na plus is surrounded by 6. That is in contact with 6. 1 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you make from the top, I made dotted lines. These 4, 1, 2, front, back, side, side. Alright, and from this thing also, I will make this is in direct contact with this Na plus. So I can make 1, 2, 3. So I'm getting an octahedral. I'm getting an octahedral. This is a square. This is a square, and from the top. From the top and from the bottom, so that center point, the center Na plus, this Na plus is in contact with the 6 Cl minus ion, all are Cl minus. So lattice, this unit cell. This unit cell is made out of Cl minus. You can make a crystal lattice by keeping such unit cells many above again and again over and over to make this entire crystal lattice. This is the unit cell. In this unit cell, this Na plus is in contact with 6 in touching. Contact means in touching with 6 Cl minus. So this is an octahedral bond. That is an octahedral bond. Now, another octahedral position is the edge senders. This edge sender, edge sender, edge sender, edge sender, edge sender. edge center. All edge centers are again octahedral groups. For that, I am making a projection to the next unit cell. So from here, I am making a projection to the next unit cell. Means from this to this point, it is in next unit cell. And how much distance I have drawn? I draw a new one so that you can get a better idea. This is a unit cell. Called the corner atoms. Then face center. Called face centers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now come to this edge. Come to this edge. I'm extending this line to the next unit cell. So that comes the center. So this is the face center of the next unit cell. Alright. Similarly, I am extending this to this way. That is the face center of the next unit cell. Now, look at this center. This is in direct contact with 6. This is the face center of the next unit cell. This is the face center of another neighboring unit cell. So this is in contact with this position, that is an Na plus which was present here. All the edge centers, Na plus, all the edge centers, Na plus. This solid circle I am showing. All the edge centers, this edge center, this edge center, all edge centers. Na plus. If Na plus is in contact with one Cl minus. Between two Cl minus, one Na plus, between two Na plus, one Cl minus. So this is an Na plus. I can consider this is in contact with say this Cl minus, this is Cl minus, Cl minus, Cl minus, Cl minus, Cl minus. So I'm going to construct a square. This is a square. This is a square. To this corners, I'm going to connect this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, to the top also. 1, 2, 3. So I can get from the top, from the bottom. So an octahedron I have got from this to the 4 corners of the square. From this to the 4 corners of that square. This is the central square. This is that central square. So the corners of the square from the top I join. So here, while showing this voids, to show the voids, you don't have to show that projected lines, okay, 3D lines, which is closer towards you. See, this is closer towards you, this is far away from you. Consider these two, this is closer, this is far away. You can join by lines only. See, I join by lines only. You don't have to give that projections. Closer towards you, that is thicker, away from you, that is thinner. That concept you don't have to show in this the case of points. You can show by lines. Okay, so all the edge centers are octahedral points, and the center is also an octahedral. Means Na plus is surrounded by 6 Cl minus, and one Cl minus. One Cl minus is surrounded by 6 Na plus also. How? This is Na plus. This is Cl minus. This Cl minus is in contact with this Na plus 1, 2, 3. Then this is in contact with this 4, 5, and 1 on the top. 1 on the top, that is the unit cell which is kept above this unit cell. So this Cl minus is in contact with this solid Na plus. This is solid. So this Cl minus is in contact with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 on the top. 1 on the top. This will be in contact with 1 on the top. That is this is of the face center, so that will be the center of that top cube. One unit cell can be kept over this. Its center, its body center, there is one Na plus. So this will be in contact with that Na plus. So all the edge centers are octahedral points, and center of this is again an octahedral point. So Na plus is in contact with 6 Cl minus. Cl minus is in contact with 6 Na plus. That means the coordination of NaCl is 6:6. Na:6 is 6:6. That means Na plus is in contact with the coordination number of Na plus is 6. Coordination number of Cl minus is also 6. So NaCl is 6:6 coordination. Now look at this. This is in contact with this. Line means contact. This is in contact with this. This is in contact with this. So edge line is the radius of that is from its center to its center. That is the distance. That is capital R of Cl minus. This one is small r plus small r, and capital R of this Cl minus. So from its center, from its center to its center. That is the edge length. Edge length is equal to that r plus r plus r plus r. That means 2r plus small 2r. That is the edge length. Edge length is normally given in picometer, pm. Next, we are moving to the density of a crystal. Density of a crystal. Density of the unit cell is the density of the crystal. Unit cell possesses all the characteristics of the bigger crystal lattice. A big lump of sugar has the same taste of a small crystal. So, unit cell's property means the entire crystal lattice property. What is the density of the unit cell? That is the density of this entire crystal lattice. So, we are going to the density of crystal lattice. Density of the crystal lattice is given by the density of the unit cell itself. Density of crystal lattice. Madam, density of the crystal lattice is the density of the unit cell. Density of the crystal lattice is the density of the unit cell. I am going to draw all of the unit cell. Here I am drawing simple. Simple number of atoms 1. If it is body center, number of atoms 2. If it is phase center, number of atoms 4. We represent this by Z, number of atoms by Z. That is equal to 1, Q. That is equal to 2, BCC. That is equal to 4, that is FCC. What is the density of this unit cell? That is the density of the entire crystal lattice made out of this unit cell. What is the density of this unit cell? Its mass upon its volume. Its mass. Mass. What is the mass? Only one atom is present in that. Okay, only one atom is present. So its mass means mass of that one atom. What is the mass of that one atom? Mass of one atom, that is given by its molar mass divided by Avogadro number. Molar mass divided by mass of one atom means, for example, molar mass, for example, silver. Silver molar mass is 108 grams per 108 grams per mole. So what? This is the mass of 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of silver. So what is the mass of one atom of silver? Molar mass divided by Avogadro number. Avogadro number is 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. So how many atoms are present? One atom is present in this. So total mass is equal to 180 this much. Density is mass by volume. If A is the epsilon, then AQ. AQ. So this is the. If it is BCC, then number of atoms 2. Number of atoms 2. Molar mass, molar mass. Molar mass by Avogadro number will give you the number of the mass of one atom. Like that, mass of one atom is this much. Molar mass by Avogadro number. Like that, two atoms are there. Such two atoms are present in this. So 2 into how many atoms are present? Their mass, that is the mass of this unit cell. And this epsilon, this is an imaginary distance. This epsilon, we have to consider that volume. So 2 into molar mass upon A cube Na. If it is FCC, then 4 into the corresponding molar mass upon Avogadro number divided by A cube. So density, generally we write that Zm, that is molar mass. Okay, molar mass, capital M. Zm upon A cube M. This is the density of any crystal. We are finding out the density of the unit cell. Density of the unit cell is the same as that of density of the crystal lattice. Density is equal to Zm upon A cube N, where A is the measurement. So some densities you may by heart: iron density 7.8, and copper density 8.9, and silver density 10.5. These densities gram per centimeter cube, gram per centimeter cube. So densities, these densities, iron by heart, these Iron density 7.8 lakh per cc. Gram per centimeter. Then this is a copper 8.9 and silver 10.10. So densities they may ask for them what type of unit cell it is. So you have to find out Z. What is the molar mass of that element? Then you have to find out M. Sometimes they tell you to calculate it as a total number. So after calculation, you should be getting 6.02 per 20. That 6.02 into 10 to the 23 little bit variation 6.0 that much or 6.01 like but 10 to the power 23 that you can see. So density you can calculate in the same. Write one question. X-ray diffraction studies. X-ray diffraction studies show that X-ray diffraction studies are done to measure this edge length. To measure this edge length in X-ray diffraction studies. X-ray diffraction studies. Before this syllabus, they had to learn how this X-ray diffraction studies are made for you. They simply say X-ray diffraction studies gave this is the edge length. So you can directly take the edge length. Previous students had to first calculate the edge length from X-ray diffraction studies. Now you can directly take that length, that is A. X-ray diffraction studies show that copper crystallizes in FCC unit cell. Copper crystallizes in FCC unit cell. With the cell edge of 3.608 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. Even if edge length is given in terms of picometer, you convert that into centimeter because density will be given in terms of gram per centimeter. First off, in a separate experiment, copper is determined to have a density 8.9 gram per cc. 8.9 gram per cc. Calculate the atomic mass of copper. Calculate the atomic mass of copper. So here, actually you are getting molar mass. Molar mass unit you will be getting in grams per mole. If it is asked for atomic mass, that unit you remove or you change into U. See, of course, the answer you are going to get is 63.5. You know that copper molar mass is 63.5. So you are going to get 63.5. But don't write 63.5 exactly after calculation. According to the given data, you will not be getting exactly 63.5. So you can write 63.3 or 63.2. If you are writing exactly 63.5 means you just give without doing calculation, you give the value. So you will be getting, for example, 63.3. The unity amount you are going to get is grams per mole. By putting all other units, when you check the unit for molar mass, you will be getting 63.3 grams per mole. But the question is for atomic mass. So what you have to do? The gram per mole, that unit you remove, and instead you write atomic mass of copper is equal to 63.3 U. Instead of the gram per mole, the unit you have to change because they have asked for atomic mass. Suppose they would have asked for molar mass, and you can write 63.3 grams per mole. So you got the value for molar mass and the question is for atomic mass. So they want what? The unit is to be. When you write atomic mass, what you have to write? 63.3 U instead of grams per mole. If you are writing grams per mole for atomic mass, half mark will be cut. If you are not writing U, then also half mark will be cut. So if it is asked for atomic mass, sure you should write U as the unit. Capital U or small u, whatever it is, U should be. Alright. So, and one more thing, edge length is to be substituted in terms of centimeter, 5-meter or angstrom will be given. Convert that into centimeter because density, see, density we have in grams per centimeter. According to the situation, change the. Alright, so D is equal to, substitute all these things. Density. Density is given 8.9. 8.9 is equal to Z axis so 2 into a molar mass you have to calculate 8 that is given 3.608 into 10 to the power minus 8 whole cube. Then M that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 20. 10 to the power. Alright. So take any refresher and do the numericals based on these things. This density. Sometimes they ask for edge length, sometimes for density, sometimes means any data they can ask. Thank you.